Hello guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I posted. It's due to a technical issue we had on the last filming day. A lot of you have asked, I know I only have one full-length video, so today, it's your lucky day. We're having one full-length dynamic flow. It's all to do with hip opening. There'll be options to take it further or not. There'll be options to use your blocks, please do. That's what they're there for, to assist you. It doesn't mean that your practice is any less than anyone else. So letting go of your ego, coming into some nice deep hip opening, and hopefully leaving you feeling amazing. So we're gonna start off in Shavasana. So lying down onto the backs, a little bit different today. And bring in the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. So if this already feels like too much, take a normal Shavasana. If you want to, you can bring the blocks or maybe pillows underneath the thighs so it's not too intense for you. And then just relax everything down. So taking the time just to arrive. And letting the flesh just relax around the bones. Letting go of anything that's happened in the day or anything that needs to. And just bringing the awareness to the four corners of the mat. Now ask yourself how it is that you receive the next inhale. And let that answer guide you to an awareness of the breath. And trying not to control it at first. Just noticing your own rhythm. The flow of every inhale and every exhale. And then with that, just notice the charge within the body. This energy you might have inside. It could be soft, excited. Whatever it is, just observing. Holding no judgment. And now slowly bring a little bit more intention to the breath. So as you breathe in, push the belly out, feel the lungs up. And as you exhale completely down into the root. Inhaling, finding the energy rise. Exhale, grounding you down to this moment. A few more big deep breaths. Inhaling, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. Now taking your last and biggest, deepest breath. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, completely letting it go. Maybe wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. And then on your next breath in, send the arms up and above the head for a big stretch. And take a moment there. Relax the shoulders and just soften. And then slowly bring in the knees together. Keeping the left foot on the floor. Maybe tucking the tailbone and send the right leg all the way up. So stretching into the hamstrings first. So the hands can come behind the thigh or behind the shin. Just make sure there's no tension in the shoulders. We're just warming up. So finding that gentle stretch. And your next inhale, point the toes. As you exhale, flex the foot down. 2 more, breathe it in to point and extend. Breathe out, toes back towards the face. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, flex the feet and just hold it there. Can you soften your elbows a little bit to take the stretch a little bit further? Hold in for 3, for 2, and 1. As you exhale, slowly bending through the right knee. So bringing that right ankle on top of the left knee, and bring the left knee in towards your chest. So flex the left toes as if you've got this imaginary wall, and push the heel away. Hands once again can interlace behind the shin or behind the thigh like you see here. And now slowly maybe rocking from side to side and just getting into that right hip. Wherever you are, keep sending that right thigh away. And breathe into the space. Hold for 2. And 1, exhale. Keep the figure of 4, but bring the left foot down on the ground. Bring the palms down beside you. Ground through the left heel. On your next inhale, send the hips up high. Breathe in. Breathe out to slowly lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift the butt up, squeeze the glute. Exhale, bring it down. Last one. Breathe in, send the hips up high. Option to stay here, option to drop that right knee down towards the ground. Add in this kind of twist and just noticing the feeling in the outside of the hip. Keep engaging through the left heel. Hold in for 2. And 1, slowly bring it back through center and drop the hips down on the ground. Good. So the right foot comes down, give the hips a bit of a shake if you need to, and just coming onto that left hand side. So ground down through the right heel, left foot comes up towards the sky. Hands interlace wherever feels comfortable, but never behind the knee. Relax the shoulders down. Keep sending the heel up towards the sky. On your next inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex the feet. 2 more, breathe it in to point. Breathe out to flex. Last one, inhale in. Exhale, flex the toes and hold it there. So pull back towards the face with the feet and maybe soften the elbows. Most importantly, breathe. Hold in for 2. And 1, bending into that left knee. Figure of 4 on the left hand side. So left ankle on top of the right knee. Flex the toes to protect the knee. The right knee comes in towards the chest. And again, interlacing the fingers behind the thigh or the shin. And gently just rock it from side to side. Notice the difference between the left and right. For me, this side's so much more closed. And when you're ready, just come into stillness. So energetically sending the right knee in as you push the left thigh away to open the hip. And breathe. Keep grounding down through the tailbone. Taking 1 more breath here. As you exhale, slowly bring the right foot down on the ground. Hands come down next to the body. Ground through the right heel, take a breath in, lift the hips up, squeeze the glute. Breathe out, bring it down. 2 more. Inhale, hips go up. Exhale, hips come down. Last one to hold. Breathe in, hold it there. Again, option to stay, option to just drop that left knee nice and slow towards the left. Just experience this stretch in a different line of the legs. Keep squeezing through the glute. And then slowly come down to release. Bringing both knees in towards your chest and just rock from side to side. Maybe windmill in the legs, just releasing through the hips. And then slowly either come into all fours or rocking forwards and backwards to create enough momentum to come into your downward facing dog. So your first downward dog of the session, walk it out and just take your time to get acquainted. So whether you've been doing yoga a year, a week, I can guarantee you've done a lot of these downward dogs. But your body is always changing from every day. So how does this one feel today? What is it that you need to do to make your downward dog feel a little bit more comfortable? And when you're ready, just slowly come into stillness for me. Keep sending the hips up high. Make sure there's equal weight between the hands and the feet. And then on your next inhale, look forward. Come high up onto the toes and walking the feet in towards the hands, nice and easy. Once you get there, soften through the knees and just shake it out for a second. Relax the head and neck. Good. And now slowly grounding down through the feet. Rippling and rolling the spine, taking your time to experience every single vertebra as you come all the way up. On your next inhale, send the arms up high. And as you exhale, bring the hands towards your heart and just close your eyes for a second. So notice the feeling of being upright for the first time. Notice the grounding through the feet, the height in the spine. And taking this time to set your intention for today, your sankalpa. It can be a word, it can be something you wish to gain a little bit more clarity of. Now starting our sun salutations with this in our hearts. On your next breath in, raise the arms up, gaze towards the thumb. Full length of the exhale, fold it forward, bring it down. Breathe in, halfway lift, look up and lengthen. Breathe out, plant the hands, step it back towards your plank. So round the upper back and hold your plank for a second. And notice if you're closing your throat. So bring your gaze forward enough that the neck's nice and neutral. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lower it down, chaturanga, or knees, chin and chest. Let the elbows brush the ribs as you lower. Inhale, lift the heart up, find upward dog or cobra. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. 5 big deep breaths. Now bring the gaze up towards the navel. Notice if you can tuck your ribs in slightly to create a little bit more length in the spine. Making sure you can't see the heels, that they're hidden behind the toes. And then on your next inhale, look forward. Step or jump towards the front. Breathe it in, halfway lift, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold it down. Breathe in, slowly rise. Bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more round. Inhale, arms go high. Full length of the exhale, fold it forward, bring it down. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands can go to shins. Breathe out, plant the hands, step it or jump it back. So lowering down, chaturanga, make sure the shoulders don't pass the elbows, squeeze the glutes, hold it for a second. Inhaling, lifting the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. So grounding through both the palms and the feet.
Notice if you can bring your armpits in towards each other, creating more space in the upper back. On your next inhale, look forward. Hop, step, travel it to the front. Take a breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. And then from here, slowly just heel toe the feet, mat distance apart. Heels in, toes out, and soften the knees. Soften the knees so much, bringing the weight to the heels, then slowly rolling yourself, coming all the way up. Breathing in, lifting the arms. Breathe out, hands towards your heart, and just find your Tadasana in this position. So notice the difference that the feet make. Notice the difference in the distribution of weight. And then coming into my little flow now. So on your next inhale, send the arms up. As you exhale, bend the knees, bring it low as if you're coming into Malasana, but not quite. Push through the heels, take an inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bend it down. 2 more. Breathe in, arms go high. Breathe out, bring it down. Last one, power the legs, send it up. Exhale, bring it down low, find in that Malasana and hold it here. So for the first one, move it around. Shake it from side to side. Do whatever you need to get a little bit more comfortable in the hips. If you notice your heels aren't grounding, lift your butt up enough till the heels come down. And then slowly come into stillness for me. Bring the hands towards the heart and push to the outsides of the feet. Keeping the spine nice and long. And now as you inhale, slowly bring the elbows together. So pushing the knees in towards the arms. And as you exhale, reverse the action. So push the elbows out towards the knees and bring the weight to the outside of the feet. 2 more. Breathe in, close the knees, squeeze the elbow. Breathe out, push the knees away, bring the weight to the outside. 1 more. Breathe it in, bring it forward. Breathe out, send it away, hold it there. So push through the heels a little bit. Create a little bit of lift in the legs and feel the activation in the thighs. And hold. For 2. And 1, slowly bring the hands towards the ground. Straight away, step the left foot back. So left knee can come on the ground straight away if you need to. Right hand next to the right foot, heels in, toes out, and just shake it around for a second. So getting into that right hip, into the lizard lunge. And when you're ready, come into stillness. So the left heel stays lifted, and you keep sending the left heel back. Push the palms down to the floor and lift the chest up. So anything that's on the floor, think of sending the floor away. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, drop it down to your forearms, and most importantly, breathe. Thinking of sending the body in 2 different directions. Heels pushing back as the chest pushes forward. Holding. Back knee can always drop. Breathe in for 3. For 2. And 1, slowly bring it up through center, push through the palms. Staying where we are. Left hand stays down, right arm goes up, find a twist, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, begin to straighten the right leg. Push the hips up and bring the right arm back towards the left thigh. Twisting it. 2 more. Breathe in, bend the knee. Bring the chest up, open the heart. Exhale, sinking it back. Last one. Breathe in, open it up. Breathe out, reaching towards the back. On your next inhale, come forward. Stack the left shoulder on top of the left wrist and find that twist once more. Now grounding down through the outer arch of the left foot, and slowly begin to send the right foot all the way back, finding your Vashisthasana, your side plank. Left knee can always come down. If you want more variations, lift in the top leg. Breathe. Hold for 5. For 4, keep the hips lifted. For 3, pushing through the index finger and thumb. For 2, and 1, slowly bring it back through your plank. Lower it down, taking that vinyasa nice and slow. So feeling every breath, every movement as you bring it up to upward facing. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Good. Big breath in, big breath out. Remembering child's pose is always an option if you need it. Taking one more inhale and exhale. And your next breath in, looking forward. Step in, jump in towards the front. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, bring it down. Breathe in, slowly rise. Send the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. So right side's done. Beauty of yoga, you know what's coming on the left. So feet mat distance apart. Heels in, toes out. So already tuck the tailbone and just find that length in the spine. Take an inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bend the knees, bring it low, but not all the way. Breathe in, push through the heels, activate the legs as you rise. Exhale, bringing it down. 2 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring it down. Last one, breathe in, arms go high. Breathe out, coming into that Malasana second time round. So again, still pushing into the thighs. Grounding through the outer arch of the foot. Option 1, you can stay here. You can repeat what we did the first round, or we can take it into a little twist. So right arm goes down, left arm goes up, open it out. So opening through that chest, still pushing to the outsides of the feet. For those of you who want to bind, you can. Just breathe into that openness of the chest first. Hold for 3. For 2, still push down in the heels. And 1, breathe in center. Breathe out, left hand side. Left hand inside of that thigh. Right arm goes up. Good. So for those who bind in, complete the full expansion first before you go into that bind. Taking another breath. And then exhale, slowly release. Hands come down, this time right foot steps all the way back. I don't know if the microphone got that, but my hip just clicked, so I'm doing something right. And rock it from side to side. Maybe making circles. As always, the right knee can come down if it needs to. And then whenever you are ready, coming into that stillness. So hands come down, push the palms away, straighten the spine. So as you send the right heel back, don't just push it back, think of lifting through that right kneecap. Engaging through the quads and finding length through the backside. I told you my left one was worse. Hold. Option to come down onto the forearms if you wish. Please know I am in this with you today. Taking 2 more breaths. And then slowly coming to rise. Hands underneath the shoulders. Pick up the right knee if you haven't already got it lifted. Right hand goes down, left arm goes up. So open that twist. Stack the shoulders and again push the floor away. Take a breath in. Breathe out, straighten the left leg, left arm comes back towards the right thigh. Flex the left toes if you can. Breathe in, bend the knee, open it up. Breathe out, sending it back. Last one, inhaling to open. Exhaling to close. Now inhale to come forward. Stacking right wrist, shoulder on top of each other. Left arm goes up. Turning onto the knife edge of that right foot as you step the left foot back, Vashisthasana. Right knee can always come down. So push through the index finger and thumb and lift the hips even more. Using the obliques, maybe lifting the left leg. Hold for 5. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale to plank. Setting the foundation, take a breath in, breathe out, lower it down, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, coming in, child's pose, relax for a second. So just coming down to the forehead on the floor and taking the time just to reconnect to the breath. So yoga is all about becoming aware of the space inside. The space is between the inhales and exhales. And the space between you and your body and your mind. And then on your next inhale, ground through the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips, coming in, downward facing dog. So coming into our standing postures now. On your next breath in, send the right leg all the way up. So flex the toes first, ground through the left heel and keep the toes pointing towards the ground. So notice the stretch in the left hamstring. And now slowly bend the knee, but keep the hip square. Push the heel up towards the ceiling and find that stretch in the right thigh. Take another breath in. As you breathe out, open the hips and the heel towards the glutes. This time, try and keep the shoulders square. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to bring the right knee to the right elbow, but bring it around the body. So working on keeping those hips open as you come forward and maybe making contact. Inhale, knee around the outside, send it back up and open the hip. I know it's tough. 2 more. Bringing it forward, knee around the outside. Inhale, send it up. Last one. Knee, bring it around the outside and then send the knee into your nose. Round the upper back, push the floor away for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step the foot in between the hands. Ground down through the left heel. So bring the heel 90 degrees, heel to arch alignment. And on your next inhale, windmill the arms, bring it up, warrior 2. So just staying in our warrior 2. Gaze towards the middle finger. Now bring the knee on top of the ankle. And then send the right knee over towards the right. Make sure you can see that big toe track into the insides. And just holding it here. Tucking the pelvis under. Can you lift up and out of the waist a little bit more? Breathe in into the belly. Sink a tiny bit lower if you can. 1 more breath. And then on your next inhale, straighten the right leg. Send the right arm forward as far as you can, hips go back. And then right hand can come down to the shin, ankle or big toe. Lifting the left arm up. Just notice wherever you pick, are you actually concaving into the right hand side to make that toe possible? If you are, pull it back. Find length through the spine. Grounding through the back heel, take the gaze up towards the top hand. Taking another breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly begin to bend the right knee as you are. Right hand can come down onto the ground and send the left arm all the way up and over. Take an inhale here. We're going to do a little move I call funky Skandasana because I made it up in my kitchen. So take a breath in. And as you breathe out, begin to straighten the right leg and bend the left leg. So it's kind of like a half Skandasana, but you feel like a dancer. Take an inhale, come forward. Open the chest up, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, bend the left knee, straighten the right. 2 more. Inhale, bring it up, open the chest. Exhale, send it back, last one. Breathe in to open up wide, feel the expansion. Exhale, sink it back and hold. On your next breath in, coming forward, finding that side angle pose. So the right bicep, pushing into that right thigh, opening the hips even more. Grounding through the back toes, one long line of energy from the back toes to the left fingers. Breathe. Option to bind if you want. Hold for 2. And 1, pair of the legs coming up, warrior 2. Hold it for a second, push out of that right heel. And then bring your gaze forward. And bend the right knee, right hand in front of you, towards the block or to the floor, or challenge your balance. Flex the left toes, coming in half moon. Try and stack the hips on top of each other. Now we're coming into the funkiest bit. On your next inhale, bring the left knee in towards your chest. Doesn't matter if you fall. As you exhale, left toes, left ankle even on top of the right knee. Bring it down, figure of 4. So move with the breath. Turn it into a moving meditation. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, open it up, half moon. If it's too much, just hold either one of these asanas. Take an inhale, bring it up high. Exhale, sinking it low. Last one. Breathe it in, knee comes in. Breathe out, open, finding that half moon. Now inhale, left knee to center. Nearly there. Exhale, sink it down low, coming into that figure of 4. So hands can come behind you. They can maybe come in towards your chest. And now just sink the butt down low. Keep sending the left knee down towards the ground. Holding it here. There is an option to arm balance here. If you know what I'm talking about, feel free. If not, hold. Breathe. For 5, keep lifting the chest. For 4. For 3. For 2. And 1, breathe in, left knee comes in. Breathe out, big step back. I know my right foot's killing me too. Hands come down, step it back, 3-legged dog, right leg goes high. Taking a vinyasa if you can, roll the spine forward, come into your plank. Lowering it down, chaturanga. Inhaling, lifting the heart. Exhale, child's pose, sinking it back. It's always taking the time just to reconnect. And ask yourself already, how many times through the flow was you holding your breath? How many times was your intention alive within the heart? And then slowly rising up, coming in, downward facing dog. Last little push, and then we're taking it to the floor. So take a big inhale into the belly. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Left leg, send it up. Same drill, toes to the ground. Grounding through the right heel, keep sinking the chest back. Then slowly bending that left knee. Keep the hips square, but sending that heel towards the sky. Take a breath in. Breathe out, open the hip, heel towards the glute. Take an inhale. As you exhale, knee around the outside, full rotation, bring it to the left elbow. Inhale, leg goes high, open the hip. Exhale, bring it around the body, come forward. Breathe in, send it up. Last one, knee around the outside, and then slowly bring that knee in towards your nose. Push the floor away and hold for 3. For 2, back of the heart towards the ceiling, and 1, step the foot in between the hands. Right heel comes down 90 degrees. And as you inhale, rise, finding that warrior 2. So big bend in that left knee. Trying not to lean forward, instead stack the weight on the pelvis. Relax. So grounding down through the knife edge of the back foot. It's really quite hard to do this and talk at the same time. And breathe. So sink a little bit lower if you can. Hold in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, straighten in the left leg. Hips go back as that left arm reaches forward. So again, remember the length on the left-hand side. Left hand goes down, right arm goes up, open that chest. Now see if you can push through that right heel to create a little bit more length through the spine. And then slowly bending through the left knee. Left hand to the block or to the floor. Right arm comes up and over. So don't think about closing the chest. Think about opening and bring the arm next to the ears. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bend the right knee. Circling the right arm back as you straighten the left leg, just as much as you can. Inhale, come forward, rotating through the shoulder, open the chest. Exhale, sending it back. 2 more. Breathe in, bringing it forward. Breathe out, moving with the breath. Last one. Inhale to open, push that left bicep to the left thigh. Exhale, bring it back. Now inhale to come forward and hold it there. Rolling the top shoulder, pushing through the back heel and breathe. If it's too much for the traps, bring the arm around the back and just work with rolling the top arm. Option to bind if you want. Holding it here, keep stable, keep pushing down through the heels. Taking another breath in and breathe it out. Inhale, push through the legs, come to rise, find that warrior 2 complete. Straighten the left leg if you need to. And bring your gaze forward to where the left arm is going to go. So shifting the weight to the left heel. So you bring the weight forward, float that right leg up and back, Ardha Chandrasana, with or without the block. On your next inhale, right knee comes in. Exhale, figure of 4, right hand side, ankle to knee. 2 more. Breathe in, lift it up. Breathe out, open it wide. Inhale, lift in. Exhale, sink in, just feel the negotiation of that left foot. Breathe it in, raise. Breathe it out, open your last one, I promise. Inhale to center. Exhale, find that figure of four, sink the hips back and hold. Keep the chest lifted. Keep grounding through that right thigh as you push through the left heel. Option to bring the hands on the ground, option to fly if it's in your practice, but I'm not going there today. Breathe. Hold in for 3, for 2.5, and 1. Inhale, bring the knee in. Last final push, exhale, stepping the right foot back. Hands to the ground as the left leg goes all the way up and back, taking that final vinyasa, ripple and roll the spine. Exhale, lowering it down. Inhale, lift it up. And then sending it back, downward facing or child's pose. So finishing off with a nice deep hip stretch, and then I'll leave you in peace. So right foot, send it up towards the sky. Bring in the right knee in towards your nose, and set the right knee underneath the right wrist, right ankle underneath the left wrist, aka pigeon pose. It's just a fancy way of saying it. Good. So bony parts of the hips facing forward. If you already know pigeon pose is way too much for you, come back to the variation that we started with, lying on the back, figure of 4 with the legs. So when you're ready, keep flexing the foot, taking a breath in. As you breathe out, slowly lowering it down. So as you lower, think of plugging that right hip in towards the socket. Maybe coming onto the forearms, maybe relaxing all the way down. And trying not to lean off into that right hip. Relaxing the jaw, shoulders, and just completely softening into this space. Notice how the body just responds better by giving it just a little bit more time. Two more breaths. See if you can sink a tiny bit lower. And then on your next inhale, slowly rise, bringing it up. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders. A nice and easy transition. Just lean off into the right hand side. Bring the left foot forward, cross the mat, and send the right leg back. No more stressing. If you heard that click again, it was my right hip. Yay! So I'm flexing the left toes. Bony parts of the hips forwards. Back ankle, knee, hip, all in one line. And just take a breath there. Plug the left hip into the socket and take a breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly surrender everything down. Coming onto the forearms, wherever feels comfortable. Even if you have a bolster or a pillow, you can rest on it now. And just taking this time to soften. Just like in our lives, there's the time to do, take action. And there's also times to just surrender. Taking a few more breaths. Softening through the shoulders. And then on your next inhale, slowly rise, coming all the way up. And then leaning off into that left hip. Bring the legs out in front of you, give them a tiny bit of a shake. If you feel like your practice needs anything else right now, take this time to do it. If not, come to lay down onto your backs into your final resting spot. Your final Shavasana. So bring in the arms wide and let the palms just rest up. Opening the lines of the heart. And then with every exhale, just feeling any tension rolling out through the soles of the feet. And completely surrender.